I'm going to build the most expensive team in FC24 career mode. For every position, we're going to assign the player who has the highest market value, starting with the goalkeeper position. I thought Courtois, who's valued at 54 million, will be close. But nope, Alisson's on 66. But even he's not the most expensive goalkeeper in FC24. It's Gianluigi Donnarumma, valued at 72 million, 87 rated. I think the fact that he's 24 years old gets him that tag. And so Gianluigi Donnarumma is the first player to join the most expensive team on FC24. It actually cost us 95 million to sign Donnarumma. We're going to be keeping track of the total money we've spent on this squad because I really want to see the value of the most expensive team in the game. It's now time for the left back. I was convinced it was going to be Alphonso Davies. 44.5 million for Davies. I feel like there are definitely left backs more valuable. That seems rather low. Could it actually be Alejandro Balde? We might have to scout him for that. The scout report is back, and yes, Alejandro Balde is valued more. I think age plays a big factor here. But still, after doing a bit of research, it was not him. It's actually Theo Hernandez. He's valued at 62.5 million, way clear of anyone else. That's kind of fair. I mean, he's 85 rated, 25 years old. Look at those stats too. With that, Theo Hernandez is our next signing. 75 million though for Theo Hernandez. We're just 2 players in, and this team has already cost us 170 million. By the way, if you haven't noticed, we're doing this challenge with Newcastle United. Well, because they're the world's richest club pretty much, and they're in the Champions League. Because once we build this team, we're gonna see if they can win the Champions League. Let's switch things up for the next position. Time to pick our CDM. Normally the CDM position is really undervalued, but nowadays players like Declan Rice command such a high value. He's valued at 53.5 million. But there's one player in FC24 who's the undisputed most valued player in the game, and it's Rodri. And it's for good reason. My guy has the craziest long shots. He scored in a Champions League final. He deserves that 90 million valuation. And so for 110 million, we've got our CDM. Rodri is so far our most expensive player. Moving on to the right back position, and there's no competition for this spot. Trent Alexander-Arnold is by far the most expensive right back in FC24. Ashraf Hakimi was valued at 43 million, but not even close. It cost us 80 million to bring Trent Alexander-Arnold to our team. Guys, we've just signed 4 players, and this team has already cost 360 million. But we still have the attackers left, and we know they're going to be crazy expensive. Now time for the centre-back positions. And would you believe it, for the first time in a long time, Virgil van Dijk is not the most expensive centre-back. Usually De Ligt gets in because of his age, but it's not him either. It's actually Ronald Araujo. He is the second most expensive centre-back in FC24. What a big upgrade he's got. And I think it's deserved as well. 79 million. Let's see how much we're going to have to pay for him. Wow, for a centre-back, we might have to pay 100 million, maybe even more. Yup, even more. But I think 105 million should be enough. And so we got Ronald Araujo joining the Money FC. I said this before though, Araujo was only the second most expensive centre-back. Yup, it's Ruben Diaz who's the most expensive centre-back in the game. I'm not even surprised. 26 years old, 89 rated. Signing him was not easy. 115 million was the fee. But we paid the money and secured Ruben Diaz for our team. Guys, this team is already looking insane, and to think we haven't even signed the attackers. We've already spent over $500 million. Time for the sentiment position, and this one is super controversial. You would think Jude Bellingham by far would have the biggest market value, but no, it's not him. I was extremely surprised. And would you believe it? It's not even Pedri at 89 million. There's someone more valuable than these two, which I just don't believe. It's Fede Valverde, who's valued at 110.5 million. Nobody even comes close. Guys, I feel like EA have made a big mistake here. There's no way Fede Valverde is more valuable than Pedri and Bellingham. For me, Jude Bellingham should be the most valuable sentiment in FC24, but well, it's Fede Valverde, and that's exactly why we've signed him. Also, 140 million for Valverde, by far the most expensive player we're adding into our team. If you thought Valverde was expensive, the player we're signing for our cam position is unbelievable. It's Jamal Musiala. This is one player I think who deserves to be here. What a baller. I think he's going to win the Golden Boy Award, maybe a Ballon d'Or in the future as well. And rightfully, he's valued at a crazy price. It cost us 165 million to sign Musiala. That is just crazy. Guys, we've just completed signing all the midfielders and defenders, and this team has already cost 885 million. We still need to sign the attackers. Pichak Parachakilia, who's valued at 92.5 million. million, he does not get into the team, nor does Rafael Leao. Instead, it's Vinicius Jr. who's a clear winner for that left wing position, valued at 132 million. But how much is he going to cost us to sign in-game? Guys, I think this is going to really bankrupt us, boys. This is going to be the most expensive signing we've made by far. We just got kicked out. After a lot of negotiations, finally, at 160 million, we got a deal. And so we've got Vinicius joining the Money FC, the first of our 3 attackers. Trust me, the attackers are only going to get insane. We've just got 2 more positions left, and I think you guys know who these 2 players are. For starters, it's not Messi, nor is it Cristiano Ronaldo. The first of the 2 players we're adding in is Kylian Mbappe. You just knew. Most expensive team. Of course, Mbappe was going to be there, and because his contract's expiring, I think we can sign him for cheap. This is the moment of truth. Let's find out how much Kylian Mbappe is going to cost on FC 24. I'm going to see if 140 million works, only because his contract's expiring.
Nope.
Nah, it doesn't quite, but 150 million will get you Mbappe on FC 24. Kylian Mbappe joins the Money FC squad. By the way, if you're wondering where we're going to play Mbappe in the team, he's kind of going to have to be sacrificed to the right wing position. But there is one more player remaining. And yes, it's Erling Haaland, who's valued at 157 million. He's actually valued more than Kylian Mbappe. That is crazy. And I think he's going to be the most expensive signing in FC 24. Let's try signing him and see what happens, boys. I think straight away I'm going to have to offer 180 million, which is ridiculous. And what? 180 million, I got kicked out. Bumping this up to 190 million and hopefully it'll be better. And yup, it is almost 200 million to sign Erling Haaland. The most expensive signing in FC 24, Erling Haaland joins our team. With Haaland joining in, this team is complete. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most expensive team you can buy in FC 24. It costs well over 1 billion. But now we're going to see if this team can win the Champions League. Before we see whether we can win the Champions League with this team or not, I'd really appreciate if you guys could take a moment and subscribe to the channel. We're pushing for 1 million subscribers and your help would be tremendous. Our group was extremely difficult, but we've got the most expensive team in the game. Come on, man, we should be able to beat AC Milan, who are in our group, and oh my days, we've destroyed them. That's what money buys you, I guess. Mbappe hat-trick, Haaland scored as well. Even PSG got absolutely smoked. Mbappe is scoring goals for fun. No surprises there as we've topped the group. But in the Champions League knockouts is where I saw just how good this team was. Go on, Vinicius. Gets past one. Another one. Vinicius.
Easy.
Oh, that is brilliant. That is brilliant from Vinicius. Long ball for Erling Haaland. Can he control it? Of course he can. Lovely stuff. And the finish was brilliant. Oh, the pace from Kylian Mbappe. Wrong foots the defender. Gets past him. Mbappe. Let's go. As expected, the most expensive team on FC 24 has made the Champions League final. Nah, guys, just look at Kylian Mbappe's stats. He's been unreal. So has Vinicius. Just 1 game remains and it's against Arsenal. How on earth have they reached the Champions League final? But if it's time to find out if this team can win the Champions League. Erling Haaland already, and bang! Oh my days. Nah, guys, I feel bad for Arsenal. They finally reached the Champions League final and they're up against a squad worth more than $1 billion. Vinicius has been sent through on goal, and this is not even a competition. This team is too freaking good. And that's it. It's done. The most expensive team in FIFA might also just be the best. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you will enjoy my FC 24 Manchester United career mode. Click here to watch that.